himself on a high wire without a net below. And likely one of two things are going to happen, Jonathan. Either he's going to have to walk back ambitious war aims.
Good morning, y'all. Come in here real quick just to talk about what's going on in the world today. It's very concerning. Now, part of my lifestyle is I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. And it is good in a sense that it keeps my nervous system registered and moderated. However, it keeps me out of the know and not knowing what's going on. So I pick up here and there from scrolling on social media. Then it causes me to go read Yahoo News or MSNBC or whatever news link I have on my phone or whatnot. But yeah, your boy out here wilding out, and it's not a good time to be doing that during Ramadan. And that's why I'm not going to be on here long, and that's why you not see me or tone down my posts and things of that nature, because I am attempting to observe Ramadan the best way that I can. However, these videos that they're putting out where they're showing celebrating the death of the Ayatollah, peace be upon him and may Allah grant him paradise. What I'm saying is I don't know the man. I don't know his history. I don't know what he all about. I don't know what's going on. But the fact of the matter is, these videos are propaganda. Your mainstream media is showing you things for you to intake and for you to believe. And that is not the case. There's other videos of large crowds. It looked like the Million Man March of people grieving the loss of their supreme leader. So now, he may be a bad man, he may be a good man, I don't know. But they're showing people out on the streets celebrating in large crowds looking like the Million Man March celebrating. And this is a Arab news channel showing the latter. However, you have to question where does common sense kick in? Common sense says if they're throwing bombs and dropping bombs everywhere, why would people be out standing in the street celebrating? Wouldn't it beg to believe that they would be inside protecting themselves? I mean, that's what I would be doing. I definitely wouldn't come out on the street celebrating and his bombs dropping from the sky. So don't believe your lying eyes when you see that kind of stuff. It's psyop. Just like they're promoting this gentleman that did this mass shooting in Austin, Texas over the weekend as a terrorist attack. Why? Because he wore a shirt that said property of Allah? Or because I don't know why. What terrorist is going to go out there and wear a shirt that says property of Allah? That makes no sense. Common sense have to kick in for the average American. But outside of all that, as I'm sitting meal prepping, because I have to meal prep for fasting so I can be able to eat before sunrise and have my meal ready to eat at sunset. I was meal prepping and I thought it was the sound of the water draining in the sink. What's up, Sco? I'm gonna call you because I got a question for you, my love. But I was meal prepping and I was watching Sco. Tune in to my boy Sco. He got the best channel on YouTube. It's Just Say No to Sco. He on every night. He on about every night. That's an inside joke. But he on and he cover all type of current events and hip hop news, and his energy is amazing and I just love him. That's my fam. Tune in and Just Say No. I'm gonna leave his link to his channel in my comments. Good morning, sis. Good morning, my Virgo sis. So back to what I was saying. I was meal prepping last night, listening to Sco's show, because that's one of the podcasts that I listen to, and I thought it was the water draining down the sink. I thought I was hearing noises. And it got late because, I was dibble-dabbling around and fiddle-faddling around. And it got late and I still had to cut up my fruit and cut up my vegetables. And I thought it was the water going down the drain. But I swear to God, I thought I heard something that sounded like bombs. Now, we over here on a coast where it's accessible. You know what I'm saying? And then when I cut the water off, I sat there and listened for a minute, and it sounded like fighter jets flying through the air. And I said, am I tripping? Am I having an alternative reality experience right now? Am I astral projecting? Because right after, it was quiet as a church mouse. It was so quiet, even nothing. It was an unsettling quiet. Like something is about to happen. All I'm saying is I have the gift of sight. Everybody that knows me knows that. And I don't know. I've been hearing stuff. And what I've been hearing ain't regular airplanes. And if you tapped in and you've listened, let me know if you've heard something too. Now, I do live around people that will shoot off fucking firecrackers and all that stuff at any given time. It doesn't have to be a holiday, a celebration. They're just like, you know what, I have some extra cherry bombs. Let me throw one up in the air. I live in a neighborhood where they do that at. So, but it wasn't that. It sounded different. And then I heard planes flying through the air. Now, I live in the flight path, so I'm used to planes flying in the flight path. But these sounded like heavy engine planes, not passenger planes. I'm just, anyway, what I'm trying to say is go get you some gas, because gas has gone up and is going to go up. If you know about that region, there is a strait where all the oil passed through, and Iran supplies 12% of the oil to the world. Okay? If your car is oil dependent, or you have a issue or heating that's oil dependent, you need to stock up on it now. It's the only thing that we can do best prepare is make certain you have enough for your family to eat and survive off of. And in some countries, like in Israel and Qatar and Dubai and all those areas, it's standard operating procedure to have bunkers on their properties. We don't have that. What's up, Big Kibo? Salute to you, bro. And we don't have that. So if you have a backyard and you're on your property, build you a bunker. That's all I can tell you. But in all seriousness, this is happening during the month of Ramadan. I would imagine that Allah is not pleased. However, no matter what faith you believe in, it is all written. If you know your word. And in Islam, we believe in the books of Allah. And that is the Torah, the Gospel, and the Quran. The Torah is the Old Testament. The Gospel is the New Testament. So we do not decline the Bible. What we do say, search the word for the truth. Because man has altered the word. However, we believe the Quran is an untainted version of the word of Allah. And that it is undisputed God's word. Because it has not been tainted down through the history. There's been careful instruction to make certain that the recreation of that document is no man-made implementation or alteration at all. However, it is written in the word that wars and rumors of wars are going to happen. And this man is acting without impunity and nobody's checking him. They said, you have to go to Congress to get permission, and we need to be called back in to write a resolution. You know what? Since he is out of control, and I'm going to be careful what I say, because I want the feds showing up at my door, because I know how they do. Just march on over to where he live and check him. Put that bitch in check. Excuse me. Put him in check. Snatch him up by his collar and say, bruh, stop that. Why are you trying to kill everybody? And to him, to you, demon, send your own raggedy kids over there to die. You sitting up there with your chest out talking about there were some casualties, but there will be more. That's the cost of freedom. So anybody that's voluntarily signing up to die, you crazy. Because when it was my time to do it, I did it because I had a kid to take care of. And they sold me on the benefits. And it's another story at another time, but that's how I built my real estate empire. By selectively using the loans and availability that it is to veterans to be able to purchase property. However, that's another story at another time. Thank God we didn't have a crazy ass president like we have right now that's putting people who go in to serve life's in danger. Furthermore, Iran has a strategic partnership with who? Who? Russia and China. You know, there's a brother that is always on Skull Show talking about linear economies and circular economies, and the brother is telling the truth. And we need to prepare for how money exchange is going to be occurring in a short time, within 4 years, 2030. See, y'all ain't ready to have that conversation because y'all worried about Cardi B, and y'all worried about Stephon Diggs, and y'all worried about Clarissa and all that old shit that doesn't have nothing to do with your survival here on this planet right now. Now, spiritually, get your souls intact, because regardless of roars and rumors of wars, one day you're gonna leave the fuck up out of here, right? So you want to get straight, you want to keep it real, you want to do your best, you want to follow the commandments, you want to do what's right and what's good. But as far as dude up in there, let me tell you this, and that party is more of us than it is of them. And I'm not telling you to tune out on the news, but I'm telling you to tune out on that psyop stuff. Use your common sense. Use your common sense, because people will not be outside celebrating and it's bombs dropping out of the air. They're showing you footage. AI exists, people. That we're in a world of AI now. Fake shit. And see, my protest for the last 5 years, I don't want to deal with no fake ass people. Da 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 da. And now fake is prevalent. AI is prevalent. AI is fake. Fakeness is being celebrated. Man, I told my homegirl, I said, finding a real one is like finding a needle in a haystack. And sometimes people can cosplay as a real nigga, but they, after a while, the fake shit come out. And I seen it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was about to go in another direction. However, he said, and another point, he doesn't care about the military. Look at how he treats the veterans, mocking every branch. He is absolutely correct. America doesn't care about the veterans. Look at the number of homeless veterans on the street. Look at how the disabled veterans don't get any benefits and how they're treated in the medical facilities. I'm telling you, it's bad. You don't get any benefits for going out there putting your life at risk, and you definitely don't get no respect. I was listening to a podcast last night, and a dude literally said he's a combat veteran, and he currently or just retired from working for Homeland Security. And they was telling this brother how the fuck what he was dealing with, what he literally was over there fighting for, what he literally saw with his 2 eyes. They was disputing this nigga, and he you know, he calm, mild mannered. He said, you know, you sitting on your couch behind your computer telling me this. Was you out there on the field? No, you wasn't. Black people, I don't know what to tell us, because we so far in disarray and so far divided. I just say every man for his fucking self and link with the like-minded. That's what I continue to say over and over and over again, because what we gonna do? But we cannot live in a spirit of fear. Now I'm gonna continue my pace and honor God and complete this Ramadan strong, inshallah. However, I'm telling you, this going on during the month of Ramadan is not good. So this is not the end of it. Also, I wanna put you up on game on something. These people who were formerly Proud Boys, Oath Keepers, January 6th folk, who are now all employed by Homeland Security, because we ain't stupid. We know what's up, right? The white hood people, we know their ice now. They're so focused on capturing brown people that they're forgetting about the other brown people, the people of the sand and the people of the rice. Because before they shut down and secure those borders, not only Hispanic and Latino people were crossing the borders, other nationalities were too. And we have terror cells in this country right now. I'm not trying to scare you, I'm telling you the truth. And with 9/11, that was a strategic plan attack. Do you think they not been plotting and planning? That fool in the White House better watch his back and don't get caught slipping. Because in every job today, people does not give a fuck. They just go in there to earn their check. In the medical industry, you're not getting proper medical care. At 7-Eleven, you can't even get the cashier to give you a smile, to give him your $2 for your swishers. Everybody just don't care no more. We drained. They have fucking literally drained us of our care and concern. So we have to take proper care. That's why I cut the, like Kendrick said, I turned the TV off. TV not allowed in my crib. I don't want no negativity in my peaceful space. I pick up the news however I can. And I'm trying to stay tapped in spiritually. Because stuff is going on. Prophecy is being fulfilled. The word is coming to life. You cannot dispute that. And how to get out of that is not going into church screaming and hollering and shucking and jiving and putting money in a plate. You gotta do something. What do you gotta do? I don't know. All I can tell you is get right with God and make sure your proper preparedness is in order. And if you got some dough to build an ADU, build you a motherfucking bunker. Particularly if you in one of these coastal outlying states where bombs can reach very easily. And on that note, I'm getting ready to get the F up out of here and go back home. Because they don't be bothering nobody over where I'm from. Okay? We just sit right there in our little cozy spot and be chilling. Okay? And I'm very disappointed in Congress. Just so you know, they all in cahoots with each other. Blue, red, everybody else. What needs to happen is additional political party needs to come out and uprising, party of the people. Because they all bad. They all corrupt. How you get into politics and serve people and then you a multi-millionaire? Almost a billionaire. How did that happen? When your salary is only 100 and something thousand a year. How did that happen? You tell me. They say, oh, they got book deals. They got this. They got that. They got that. It is a money play. And American people's lives at risk. Don't walk around with your head in the clouds thinking, oh, this could never happen here. This could never happen to us. You never thought 9/11 could happen. I spent a couple months last year just going through all that 9/11 stuff and watching the videos and watching what happened and people jumping out of the buildings, falling out of the sky, and the fireman standing downstairs and listening to bodies drop. And they had video, audio of the bodies dropping. You never thought anything like that could happen. And that didn't happen in some far off distant place and all long ago. That happened 9/11/2001. I know for certain because I was in the medical room. I was in the emergency room that very day. Because the shit stressed me out. And I ain't been right since. I ain't gonna lie. Seriously. Had my shit like this all day. I thought I was dying. And I was young. Very young. So don't think that they ain't here already plotting, planning, and doing some shit. What you have to do right now is take good care. Get you some gas, fill your gas up. You have proper gas storage, get you some. Also, stay out of crowds. Stay out of crowded places. I mean, yes, enjoy life. Do things that you can to enjoy life, but exercise care. Because people crazy out here. I'm truly believing that with a combination of all the psyop stuff that mainstream media is putting in and we're feeding into our spirit from watching it with our eyes and listening to it with our ears, and that shot got people fucked up here. Like stuff that we never imagined. It's like the human is trying to outdo the most heinous, horrible thing that they can think of. And you ain't even on that type of time. But that's what you up against when you go out into the world. I got 20-foot steel gates around my property. If you come on my perimeter, you just heard the dog barking. Shit goes off in the house, let me know you here. You come up around here uninvited, you gonna leave here in a body bag. And I'm just keeping it point blank, period. And everybody know that. People don't fuck with me because they know. They give me call well in advance. Hey, T, I'm gonna roll through. I'm just letting you know. Okay. Be on time. Because if you're not, I don't play. But we living in some perilous times, people. But don't let my purpose of this live today is don't believe your lying eyes the bullshit they trying to show you. Use your common sense. And turn the TV off. Pick up your news the best way you can. But you gotta be careful what you allow into your spirit. Because that is their game. Don't you know they spend billions and millions of dollars studying how they can fuck up your mind? There was a video of the CEO of McDonald's eating some new sandwich they've created, and he did not want to eat the sandwich himself. You want to know why? Let me tell you something. There's Chick-fil-A's, there's Popeyes, there's KFC's, there's all these places that serve chicken nuggets, chicken this, chicken, burgers. Do you think it's enough animals on earth for them to slaughter to create all this meat? Now, I'm not going to go into what that I feel that meat is, but if you ever ate McDonald's recently, did it not make you sick late afterwards? Did you not have some foul taste in your mouth afterwards? Even the fries. Leave that shit alone, okay? Cook your food like I be cooking mine. That's the fighter just flying right now. They ain't the regular airplanes flying. I tell you, I live in the flight path when I hear them. I fear in my heart. I mentioned the gift of sight. I fear in my heart some shit is about to jump off here on this soil. And God, I hope not. But Lord have mercy, you can't be going over to Venezuela capturing their president, then going over here fucking with them and messing with all these people who ain't did nothing to you but trying to live here, and then you go over there and start dropping bombs. And let's talk about why he's dropping them bombs. He's dropping them bombs, they say, it's a distraction from the Epstein files. Somebody made a very valid point, say, you can think about the Epstein files and think about bombs dropping at the same time. You have that mental capacity and ability to do. So it's not so much as a distraction, but as a protection. Because they all in on it. You know, there is a podcast where they were talking about if all the names were released that really are involved, because some of these people names they throwing in there, they ain't got nothing to do with this stuff. Like they said, Patti LaBelle's stylist. Why would you put Patti LaBelle's name in there? Just say this person's name, whoever the fuck they are. Why you got to put Patti LaBelle's in there? Because a small-minded person, all they gonna read is Patti LaBelle. And Patti LaBelle ain't got nothing to do with this. And because Trump is all up and through there, they want to now throw Barack and Michelle in there, which is a lie. Lie. You want to throw Jay-Z up in there. If he was chirping back in 96, Jay-Z wasn't even popping like that back in 96. I mean, use your common sense. But the reason why the Epstein file is not for deflection but for protection is because Netanyahu's already been convicted of war crimes. He cannot be voted out while there's an act of war going on. That's why he got continuous shit popping off over there. Evil, wicked person. And this one over here, he caught up. He already been convicted of 34 different felonies and impeached how many times. See, the first time around, he was out there tripping. This time around, he's a puppet. He's a Zionist puppet, and if he don't do what they say, then they gonna throw him under the bus. It's all a big plot and plan, and at that level, it's a dirty game. And see, we're honest, law-abiding citizens just trying to live our life, go to work, pay our bills. We don't know about all the bullshit these people with more money in, but more money, more problems, more corruption, more evil. And you get so bored with just living a daily life because you can buy anything that you want. So you start, your baser evils pick up and you start participating in shit you got no business participating in. No business. Now, whether he did this or that with a young person, I don't know. But everybody ain't lying. And where there's smoke, there's fire. And you can pretty much believe that about him because his character dictates that. Look at his wife. We are looking so horrible on the world stage, and then they say next they're going to mess with Cuba. Man, they better leave people alone. You better leave people alone. What you need to worry about is cleaning out what's already up in here. Because it's not the brown people you need to be worried about. They voted for you en masse. It's the others. Like I said, it only wasn't Latinos and Hispanic people coming across that border. Do you know there is Asian gangs and Asian cartels that have their own police stations in the United States? They police their own little communities. Go to any Koreatown or Chinatown in your city. They only fuck with themselves. Do you know how long it takes for the Asian dollar to circulate outside this community? They said about, I think say 37 days or 57 days. Don't quote me, but it's a long time. Do you know how long it takes for the African American dollar to circulate outside this community? 1 hour. We prefer to spend our money with others that don't like us, that disrespect us, than spending it with our own. Because why? We expect a discount from our own. We expect the home girl, the homie discount from our own. And soon as our own is not posh and polished like the white man down the street business, you say, I ain't doing business with them no more, and put them on blast and leaving them a bad Yelp review. We are so hateful and divided towards one another. It's so far gone, there is nothing that you can tell a black person to band together. Only thing you can do is click with the like-minded. Now I got to get off of here because I got some stuff I got to do. And the first thing I got to do is call my daughter, because she just texted me and she said she about to call CPS and file a case against me for child neglect. So before I catch this plane and get up out of here, let me go check in with my child. All right, y'all. Look, y'all stay safe and be easy. Until my Muslim brothers and sisters, don't lose the faith. Stand strong. You know this is a holy time for us. Finish your Ramadan strong. Continue to make your du'as. Continue to make your salat. Continue to believe in Allah. And know this, God is in control. Fear not. Fret not your heart against evil and wicked doers. Because what? Because what? Soon they will be cut down like the grass. And I'll leave on that note. Y'all have a great and wonderful day. Stay safe, y'all. Stay safe and stay dangerous. Peace.